Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm glad to have you guys back as always. Today I'm going to be reacting to, for the first time on this channel, Louis CK jokes that are not for the faint-hearted. My actual first time reacting is on my Patreon, so reacting exclusively to Louis CK roasting black people for 8 minutes.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because there was a black guy walking behind him. And he was nervous.
So if you guys want to get access to that bonus content, check it out. That video was an interesting one to say the least. Link in description. Guys, with that being said, before I get into the video, make sure you smash that like button into non-existent paradigms. I want you guys to get that like button so blue that it's looking like a Smurf turned upside down and had a run-in with Santa Claus on a Tuesday and looking all wrong and whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But look guys, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss another one of these uploads, especially Louis CK is another one of the comedians I'm going to add to the collection on this channel. I'm going to make a playlist for you guys along with other comedians I reacted to. And guys, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Let's go.
I saw a Korean Jesus. They had a Korean Jesus with the... Don't get mad. Okay. How else would I know? It was just what Korean Jesus. Ooh, whatever.
I remember I was in a taxi, I think in New York, and the driver was Muslim, and there was a woman crossing in front of us, and he honked her because she went after the light had turned, and she gave him the finger. And he said to me, "Do you know in my country, if a woman show you this finger, I could get out, beat her to death.
Wow.
And if I drive by here a week later, she'd still just be laying there."
Wow.
Like nobody would even clean it up.
Hey, but look, that ain't even funny. That's mad. That's mad that no one would pick her up. Wow, the culture there is different, man. It's different outside of these westernized countries, man. Let's be real, man. It's completely different.
Like nobody would even clean it up.
Hey, that's mad.
The truth is Jesus was black, but you don't see that often. Black Jesus. Hey man, get me the fuck down from here. Whatever, all right. Airplane one time.
That's a bad joke. Low-key though, like Jesus actually wasn't white. Like all of the pictures you're seeing of a white Jesus, like this is actually biblically not true. Like there's no way they said Jesus was right. If anything, he's like dark-skinned. But hey, let me not talk too much. Nah, I mean that's just the truth anyways. That's just the truth. A lot of people think Jesus is white because of what they show on it. He's not actually white.
One time, and a married couple came on, and they had been sat separately. There was some mistake. The woman, she's supposed to sit here. She comes up to me. She says, "Would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband?"
Right.
And he's behind her. He's like... And I wanted to help him. But what am I going to say to his wife? Just, "No, I won't move." So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. And it took off and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was...
Great question. I'm not a woman, so
Wait,
I can't really answer that.
Oh, I just clocked what you meant by the World Trade Center. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's actually deep. Because I remember, you know what's funny? I remember doing an early reaction. I think George Carlin made a World Trade Center joke, and I was like, "What's the World Trade Center?" I didn't clock. That's the 9/11 buildings, and yeah, that joke was deep, man. That joke was deep.
And it took off and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was...
That is not for the faint-hearted.
You ever feel like you're gonna fart and then instead you shit on your father's face? And
What?
and everybody on the bus is like, "Hey, that's not appropriate." And you're like, "I thought it was gonna be a fart." And they go, "Oh, all right then."
Because, look, my mom just died. She just died. That's how it works. By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes.
Right.
One of your parents is gonna die.
Oh no.
And the other one is just never gonna fucking die. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope.
You know, people hate child molesters so much, they hate them worse than murder.
I love both of my parents equally. Let me just say that. All right.
No.
people hate child molesters so much. They hate them worse than murderers or anybody else.
Right.
So getting caught child molesting is that's the end.
That's the worst.
It's really the end of your life in every way. Your friends are gone. Whatever you had is gone.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why a lot of kids that get molested get killed. Because it's like once you whatever got you to the moment where you molested a kid.
Right.
Once you hit that moment, you're like, I can't let this kid go now because I'm fucked if this kid goes home and tells anybody. So you kill the kid.
Right.
So the bit was that if we could hate child molesting a little less, we might get some kids back.
Wow, that is a brilliant thought.
If somebody could go say to themselves, all right, I molest, somebody could call you and go, hey, I molested your kid. You want him back after soccer, or do you want me to drop him off at the game? Doesn't he have any allergies I should know about? What I just said is true.
Right.
That if we hated child molesters less children would die.
Right.
I don't know what to do with that information.
You don't know where to go.
I don't know what to do with it. I can't make any
recommendations. You came to the right place today. Yeah, this is the place to air those kinds of thoughts.
Like when you...
Yo, first of all, what is that show, man? And then second of all, that's low-key actually one of those shower thoughts that there probably is a lot of truth to, but then at the same time, it's probably not worth getting too deep into it because it's such a dangerous topic in general. But interesting.
You came to the right place today. Yeah, this is the place to air those kinds of thoughts.
Like when you were in school, did you ever have when you were in school when you were a kid, like fantasies about your parents dying so that you'd be really special in school? Like if your parents got killed, you'd go to school and they'd make an announcement, Joey's parents died today, so everybody, and all the cute girls would come up and go, are you okay? And stuff like that, which would never happen. They'd just walk up to you and go, I'm still not gonna fuck you, you faggot.
That's mad.
That's what would have happened.
If that actually happened,
And that would have I would have jerked off to that and had a better time than if I fucked them. Seriously.
All right.
To me.
all right.
Some Catholics believe
I don't know if you knew that
that
one.
contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there.
Well, FX took my series off. I don't know why.
The fuck?
It's so weird. It was really successful.
Yeah.
And then they just made an arbitrary decision.
That's weird.
To just... I mean, I was baffled. I was like, guys, why? We're like, it's just the feeling we have. I was like, that's weird, guys.
Probably
like
a new CEO. They always do shit like that.
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
There wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
Like 9/11.
I'm curious, why did they take it? If that's actually true, why did they take off? I'm guessing his jokes are a bit too controversial. I don't know. Or maybe he's just too funny. Like, I know there's a whole joke of Shane Gillis, how he got kicked off or he's not on SNL and everyone makes the joke of, because he's too funny for them. So is this one of those kind of things where he's not on FX because he's just too funny or whatever? Is that the joke there?
Like
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
There wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
Like 9/11, you had to end the sorrow and the anger and the rage and the sadness. You had to go, dude, fucking bullseye. Bullseye. One of my favorite stories about it was there was a documentary about it on PBS after, and
Andrew
they
Schultz.
talked. They tried once before with the truck bomb. So they interviewed a federal marshal, who escorted one of the perpetrators of that first bombing to his trial in Manhattan, and they had him in a helicopter, and they're flying to the courthouse. So he's next to the prisoner. And they're flying right next to the World Trade Center.
My God, this guy.
Wow.
And the federal guy, the Fed marshal, is just a cop. He says, I pointed at the buildings and I said, you didn't get him, did you? And the guy just coldly said, we'll get him.
Wow.
They did. Those buildings are no longer there. Yes. They're no longer there.
That's all right.
I think first and foremost, we have to
9/11,
concede that we're dealing with...
People talk about, like, don't eat dolphins when they're in the tuna. Pick out the dolphins, right? Don't pick it out, like raisins.
Dolphins and tuna?
But, and like, you ever go to shop for tuna and like it says dolphin safe and you kind of go like, yeah, but like somehow you think it's not going to be as good. Like, right thing, but it's probably kind of bland without the dolphin. But here's the thing, like, why not kill and eat a dolphin? Why not? Oh, because, well, no, I don't fucking get it. If you're a tuna, fuck you, we're eating you. So I don't really see the difference. And I think it's wrong to eat tuna and dolphin and cows and everything. But I eat them. I eat them all. Because I don't care that it's wrong. I totally think it's terrible, but that's not important to me, that it's terrible. So what if it's wrong? It tastes good. And I like the way it feels when I eat it, so fuck it. But I'm not going to pretend I'm doing something that's okay just because it doesn't think or something. So when I think about that, I think, yeah, so people die. What's the big deal? They're dead, and some of them might have been assholes. You don't know.
That trade-off thought is chaotic, you know, like when you can acknowledge something is bad, but you don't care at the same time. That's like when people be like, oh yeah, I know it's wrong to cheat, but then because the act of doing it is actually feels good and I enjoy it in the moment, then I do it anyways. So then technically you don't care about cheating, right? Because that's the whole point, what comes with it. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm just waffling it, but that's the chaotic line of thought. I get what he was doing though in a comedic sense. But
no.
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black you get to complain more.
Right.
Because
That's facts though. That's facts.
You can't.
You can get away with a lot.
Don't tell the band that.
I'll just put a race card like.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
You definitely can't complain more.
That's right. You can't take people's like historical context away from them, and everybody wants us to. Like white people are always like, "Come on, it wasn't us." Like they want black people to forget everything. Like every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's right.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just...
Oh, glad that's over.
Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through that hurt us that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us. And we're still, so it's pretty even.
Yeah, those jokes were definitely not for the faint-hearted, guys. Look, let me know what you one of your favorite jokes from Louis C.K. were, and what other reactions to Louis C.K. should I react to? I think he's like done. Does he also have like a show? Because sometimes I've seen bits of him like where it seems like it's clips from a show. So if you want me to react to some of that stuff, then let me know. And let me know also what other comedians that you guys want me to react to. I've reacted to quite a few on this channel now. So if there's any guys you want me to check out, then definitely leave them down in the comment section below, guys. And with that being said, as always, it's been your boy JayFlex. This has been Louis C.K. and you guys have been absolutely wonderful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.